Hello everybody and welcome to Mark Goldbridge, That's Football. A little bit of a delay there, I don't know why. We are getting very, very close to kick-off in this game though. It's Chelsea against Watford. Hope you're all doing well. Interesting day in a That's Football point of view. Obviously I'm very happy as a United fan with United's performance. Bit of a funny game, but it makes Match of the Day interesting tonight. And also, look, I had a feeling Arsenal were going to get something today, and I really hope that they get something against Leicester on Wednesday, because if they do that, or Tuesday, which we're going to do a double watch along on Tuesday night on this channel. Actually, we're going to do what we're going to do. What can we do? Balls are red and bollocks are blue. We're going to do Chelsea Crystal Palace at 6 o'clock, followed by Leicester against Arsenal at the Emirates, which will be at 8 o'clock. So a big double-header watch-along on this channel on Tuesday. Tomorrow we'll be back with Villa career mode, but tonight it's Chelsea against Watford. From a Man United point of view, I'd love Chelsea to drop some points today. I don't know how you all feel about that, but for me, that would be the ideal. But I do think Chelsea will win. I do think Chelsea will win. Watford are a funny old club. If you look at league table at the moment, they are. Villa are playing Liverpool tomorrow, but Watford have got 28 points and they're fourth from bottom, only a point ahead of Villa and Bournemouth. And whilst we all think Bournemouth are pretty much down, they are only a point off safety. So, yeah, Bournemouth are terrible, and I think Watford are the better team, but Watford have got to start picking up some results at some point. The teams are Kepa in goal for Chelsea, who I think is crap. Reece James, good player. Christensen, Zuma, Azpilicueta. Barkley, Kante and Mount, Willian, Giroud and Pulisic. Can some Chelsea fan please tell me why he doesn't pick Jorginho? I just do not get it. I think he's such a good player, Jorginho. I'd love him at United. I think he's absolutely brilliant. And I think Pep would love him at City as well. But Lampard, it's almost like his Michael Carrick hate, isn't it? He just doesn't like... Well, he ruined Carrick's career for England, actually. Watford have got Foster, Mariappa, Kabasali, Dawson, Firmina, Chalobah, Capoue. Let me just start the clock and I'll tell you the rest of their team. Capoue, Sarr, Decore, Hughes and Deeney. I mean, I do think that Watford are struggling without Delafou. I mean, I really rate Sarr and I think that their midfield is quite good as well. But they ain't doing enough, Watford, and they're capable. They're more than capable of turning up on their day and being a decent side, Watford. But for some reason, they're just not doing it. So I do fancy Chelsea to get over the line tonight. I mean, I think Frank Lampard is struggling, and I do want to talk about Arsenal in a bit as well. Very good result for them. But I do think that Norwich are obviously down today. Well, they're not properly down, but they are down. But I do think that Lampard does change his team around a lot. And, you know, Tammy Abraham's on the bench again today and Giroud plays through the middle. This is why he needs Timo Werner. That team would be comfortably third if they did have Werner already, which is obviously why they're looking at getting him. But we are using Hot Mic as well. I've just remembered we are using Hot Mic as well, and we've got 145 Hot Micers tuned in. So let me just get over there. I had a Chinese takeaway today. Jake had lasagna. There we go. So that's what's going on there. And please subscribe if you are new on YouTube. And if you want to try Hot Mic out, links are in the video description. It's a free app on Android and Apple. Invite code Mark363. You get a bit of crowd noise, and you also get to sync in with your TV perfectly. So all you need to do is download the app and then follow me, Mark Goldbridge, on there. Go to my stream, which will be the same as YouTube. You'll see a live chat there with a bit of crowd noise as well to give a bit of atmosphere. And then what you do is you just keep the audio on for the TV that you're watching or the football that you're watching for a moment. Keep my audio on. Press the screen. It will say sync. Press sync. Hold it up to the volume of your commentary that you're watching. It will do a tick, and then you turn the audio off there, and then you've got perfect synced commentary with me. So when I'm saying that Reece James boots it down the line, that's what you'll be seeing on there. So give it a go. It's Hot Mic NBA Blazers. It's free. Give it a go. Link in the video description. Mark363 is the invite code. I'm not doing any watch-alongs tomorrow. I'm doing Aston Villa Career Mode Episode 3 tomorrow on my FIFA Career Mode. The games tomorrow are tragic, really. They're just absolutely... I've got no no appetite for them at all tomorrow. And that's sad to say, but Burnley, Sheffield United, God. Newcastle, West Ham, God. Liverpool, Aston Villa, why? And Southampton, Man City, why? Tottenham, Everton on Monday, why? But I am doing Crystal Palace, Chelsea and Arsenal, Leicester on Tuesday. I think they're going to be two very good games in the race for top four. And then obviously United are playing Villa on Thursday. Wednesday fixtures are a bit crap again as well. Because what's starting to happen is that we're used to having football back. So that need to watch every single game has dissipated. And the games that are interesting are basically the battle for top four. That's basically it, isn't it, at the moment? I mean, somebody just said, we've kicked off here, by the way. We're a couple of minutes in. Bit of head tennis going on at the moment. Nobody really getting any platform. Interested to see how Watford do today. But in relation to the league, somebody did just say in the live comments, could Arsenal get top four? And the short answer is, I'll be amazed. They will believe. They will believe. And look, to be honest, if I was them, I'd try and believe as well. But I think they would love to get fifth. But the problem is, they've beaten Wolves today, and they are 3 points behind Wolves. So they could catch Wolves. They could get sixth place, Arsenal. But sixth place will not get you Champions League football. Free kick on the edge of the box here for Chelsea. Barkley chopped down by Capoue. Good opportunity for a free kick. And obviously we know that they've got Willian, who scored against West Ham. Probably not quite his angle, but he will factor in. Willian's been on fire. So Arsenal are 6 points off Chelsea and Manchester United at the moment. Obviously Chelsea are playing their game tonight, so that won't necessarily be the final score at all. But free kick here for them. I mean, Arsenal would have to win all of their games and their fixtures. I mean, look, they could. Why couldn't they win all their games? They beat Wolves today. That's one of their hardest games. But they've got Leicester, Spurs, Liverpool. Then they've got Villa and Watford. So I just can't see Liverpool. I can't see Arsenal would have to win all their games, and Leicester, United, and Chelsea would have to lose too. And I just don't see that happening. I really don't. But very impressed by Arsenal's result today. I didn't watch all of the game, if I'm honest. But for United this summer, Ronaldo returns or Sancho, says Titan Alpha. Thanks for the super chat. Sancho for me. And Existence says Arteta masterclass today. He's building a very resolute team, and once you get the players he wants, we're going to be a real force. It's like you're telling me something I don't know, mate. What did I say after the Brighton game when all the Arsenal fans were like, oh, we're shit, we're this, we're that, we're the other? I said he might well be a decent manager. Free kick into the wall and cleared by Watford. Arteta might well end up being a good manager for you. He might do, but you're going to have to be very patient. You won't get top four next season either. And realistically, he's got to be allowed to get rid of a lot of crap, and he's got to be allowed to bring some players in as well. And if you genuinely are in for Thomas Partey, that's the right sort of player you need to bring in. So, yeah, Rewind's not going to be on today, people. So you can spam it as much as you like, and I'll delete the word. It isn't going to be turned on today. If you want to do that, use Hot Mic. I'm not using Rewind today. I'm fed up of it. Every bloody stream, the spamming of the word rewind. I'm not having it. So you can type it as much as you like, or just ignore it. If you want to sync in, use Hot Mic. It's free. The invite code is Mark363. That's the thing you need to do. I'm not doing whatever that thing is again. I'm fed up of doing it on every stream. It takes me away from watching the football, so I'm not doing it. Chelsea got the ball here with Zuma. But yeah, I was very impressed with Arsenal. I thought they played well today. And I think that I really hope they beat Leicester on Tuesday. Really hope they beat Leicester on Tuesday. Because it'd be a massive help for Manchester United. It really would. Barkley's got it. Chelsea have started off very well, actually. Watford really are just going to sit back and try and hit on the break, aren't they? And I think they're better than that. I think Watford are a decent side. I'm surprised that they've just not picked up the points. But having said that, I haven't watched Leicester since they played... Sorry, I haven't watched Watford since they played Leicester, and they should have got a win out of that, but they just can't score enough goals. Throw in here. Do you think Greenwood is our long-term number 9, says Pranshu? I mean, look, you don't need to be a United fan. He was absolutely brilliant today. I don't like the whole Greenwood better than Martinelli. Look, Arsenal fans like Martinelli and we love Greenwood. You know, let them crack on. It doesn't make a massive amount of difference, that argument, if you're happy with what you've got. Look, we can all banter. The fact is, Bruno Fernandes has played 9 Premier League games. He's got 6 goals and 5 assists. That's just ridiculous. Pulisic, cross, blocked. That's absolutely ridiculous what he's got. And Saka again proving today that he's better than Greenwood's his existence. I just find those sort of comments mad, really. I do. I mean, I don't want Saka or Martinelli at my club. And Arsenal fans don't want Greenwood. So why are you trying to tell us that he's better? Mason Greenwood's unbelievable for an 18-year-old. I like Saka. I've said it for a long time. I mean, I just don't get what Arsenal's obsession is with trying to say that they're in a top 4 race, that Martinelli and Saka are better than Greenwood, that Arteta's better than Ollie. It's like a small dick competition. Like, just enjoy tonight. You've won a game. Why do you have to tell everybody that you're back? Or your players are better than our players? Or you're going to get top 4? The reality is, I don't really care. I'm glad you beat Wolves because it helps us. Enjoy it. You're always trying to prove a point. And, you know, go and get some points first. Especially against Leicester. Andrew Ryder says, how was your Chinese takeaway? If Arsenal beat Leicester on Tuesday, then they will be 3 points behind us before our game versus Villa. You know they'll be on 1. Yeah, but I want them to win on Tuesday. Manchester United will not lose to Aston Villa. I'll only start to worry about United games when we play... Oh, God, lucky there, Christensen. Playing out from the back, and he nearly gets tackled. And if he did, it'd be a tap-in for Hughes. Code for Hot Mic is Mark. Sorry, not Mike. ERW8. The code for Hot Mic is Mark363. The link's in the video description. You'll see when you've downloaded. Mark Goldbridge is the account. Just follow that and go into the stream. What do you think about Johnny Evans? He could have been a decent backup at United. Well, Johnny Evans did quite a good job for United. Is Giroud, why didn't he volley that on his left foot? Played into the box. He was quite wide in the penalty box, but I would have hit that with my left foot. No left foot, maybe. No foul on Troy Deeney either. I thought it was. Yeah, you feel that Chelsea could do for Watford what they did for West Ham. Give them the 3 points that'll basically keep them up. Villa and Bournemouth need Watford to lose. But Chelsea look a little bit sharper than Watford so far. Jordan Curley says, I think that Chelsea need to sign a centre-back. I don't disagree with you, mate. I do not disagree with you at the end. I think that they've got their striker in Werner, and I think he will solve a lot of their problems, but I think they do need to sign a striker as well. Not a striker, a centre-back. Werner will get 20 goals, says Jaden Poorman. Do I think Greenwood will burn out, says Mackenzie Morgan? I think that's always the case with any young player, that you've got to be careful. You've got to be very careful with that. Hello to everyone on your hot mic. Let me have a look. Would you take Sarr if you don't get Sancho, says Jacob. And Mark Chappie says, get in touch when you want to do a Leicester preview. Yeah, well, I'm happy to do that, mate. We're not playing you for a few weeks yet, though, are we? But hopefully by then, you'll be desperate for us to beat us and not the other way around. But a good win for Leicester today. Not only I think Leicester fans would have took any result today, but the fact that they won 3-0 and they basically replicated United's result, which was 5-2, but a 3-goal difference swing, means that Leicester have still kept what is very important. If United and Leicester played each other tomorrow and United win 3-0, we'd go level on points with Leicester, but their goal difference would be as it is now, it's still 9 goals. So Leicester's goal difference is still an issue for United, which is why we need them to drop points. But look, it's going to take a massive amount of effort for Manchester United to keep winning all the games that they've done, even though everyone thinks that's going to happen. Existence says, do you rate Pulisic? Yes, I do. And to be honest, I would have cried if Bruno was putting all these magical performances for another team other than ours. Dare I say, thanks to our midfield being terrible before January, says Adams. Well, Watford have got a free kick here. Reece James with the foul. Chance for them to whip it in. The fact is, Bruno very nearly went to Spurs. Pochettino wanted him. They didn't get the deal done. And how different could Spurs... I don't know whether we've got any Spurs fans watching tonight, but how different your season could have been if you'd done that. Pochettino would probably be still here, and Bruno would be getting all the goals and assists for you. I know they like Lo Celso, but it could have been very different indeed. So 13 minutes gone in this game. If you're having problems syncing in on Hot Mic, then there's normally a couple of people to tell you how to do it. I'm just checking in on now. If you press my face on the screen, it will say sync. If you press that sync button and hold it up to the TV that you're watching, but the audio for your TV needs to be on, it will listen to them both and it will do a green tick and then you'll be synced in perfectly. That's how it works. Darcy Harrison got a haircut today. Lucky you. Very, very lucky you. You can turn off the stadium noise as well. If you click on my face and press the more thing, you can turn the stadium volume completely down. That's how it works. Do you think Messi will leave Barcelona at the end of the season, says Jordan Such. He seems not willing to sign a new contract. Is he out of contract in the summer? I didn't know. I thought that would be... I think it would be odd if Messi was to leave Barcelona. But, you know, Man City could have the biggest turnaround ever, couldn't they? They could get their ban overturned and sign Messi. Nice little overlap here from Watford. Crap cross. Really bad cross. Will Hughes has got it back in the box though. Crap cross. And Chelsea will clear. The final third for Watford is terrible. Really is. Now Chelsea on the break with Ross Barkley. Gives it into Pulisic. He looks at Willian. Lovely ball. Willian. Little ball in. Oh, Willian goes on his own. Shoots straight at Foster. Bit greedy. Should have played Pulisic in. Thanks for the super chat. Guy Griffith says, hi Mark, love the content. You should get a Greenwood shirt ASAP. Though the club should get Sancho, do you think it will curb Greenwood's potential? I tweeted about this earlier. You've got to have options. I mean, my answer to this is just very easy, and it's the same at any club. You know, if you're Arsenal and you've only got Aubameyang and Pepe and Lacazette, and then you haven't got Martinelli and Ketia or anybody else, do you want Sancho? Yes. You know, if you're Liverpool and you've got Mane, Firmino and Salah and nobody else on the bench, do you want Sancho? Yes. United have got Greenwood, Rashford and Martial. Do you want Sancho? Yes. Because they can't stay fit for every minute of every game and they won't always be in form every minute of every game. So you want quality. United need depth in quality to close the gap on Liverpool and Man City. Poor cross in there and Kepa gets it. The code for Hot Mic Julio is Mark363. And if you are on Hot Mic, make sure you give me a follow. A lot of you are watching, but not a lot of people do the follow. So give us a follow on Hot Mic, Mark Goldbridge. A little bit of a slow start to this game, but still 0-0. What's a good result for everybody? Well, Chelsea at the moment, as it stands, are in 5th place. A point would put them joint with Manchester United. A win would put them above Man United and a point behind Leicester. I mean, a point would be a good result for United. I don't even care if Chelsea lose. A point would be Sorry, I don't even mind if Chelsea don't lose. A point would be great for United because we've got a better goal difference than Chelsea, so we'd be in fourth tonight. But it's a big ask. And I think that the thing that I would say about this is that when you look at the remaining fixtures for everybody in the Premier League, so Chelsea and Watford after today, you've got Chelsea against Crystal Palace on Tuesday, and Watford are playing Norwich. So I think Watford will definitely beat Norwich, and that'll be the 3 points they probably need, and that's probably what they're going to look at. But you can't take every game for granted. There's an injury now to a Watford player, and no, it's not quite water break. Troy Deeney's down. So Chelsea are away to Palace on Tuesday, and I'd expect them to win that. Palace were well beaten by Leicester today. Watford, Norwich, I'd expect Watford to get 3 points there as well. Then next weekend, Watford play Newcastle. Again, they might be fancying getting some points there. Chelsea away to Sheffield United. I'd fancy Chelsea to win there as well. I know Sheffield United are a little bit better, but I still would fancy Chelsea to win that. Then midweek, you've got Chelsea are playing Norwich. You may as well just give them the points. That's an easy 3 points for Chelsea. Watford will have West Ham, which would be a big game. And then Chelsea's second to last game is Liverpool. So realistically, Chelsea I can see winning a lot of their games. Apart their last two are quite difficult with Watford, with Liverpool and Wolves. But Pulisic, Giroud hits it with his left foot. Good save by the feet of Foster, who's a very good goalkeeper. Ben Foster, I do like Ben Foster. He's a good keeper. Right. Hi, Mark. Can you put in pause mode, please? Says YS23. Well, being as you gave us a super chat and you were nice about it, I'm going to have a look. And B. Yakov has asked as well, because he's a minute behind. You see, there's a right way of doing it and there's a wrong way of doing it. And they've been very nice. And it's not just because they've done super chats. They've actually been nice about it instead of the rude trolls we had earlier before. So I will take the time, because we are coming up towards a drink break, to have a look at how I do it. But in return, please subscribe to the channel if you are new on YouTube, bottom right hand corner, or if you haven't subscribed, because we are only 150 subscribers away from changing that number to 177,000. So please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. And FIFA Career Mode is back tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. Really enjoying the Aston Villa Career Mode. Lost every game, didn't I? But then I've just beaten Arsenal. So we're back. We're back. We're on a bit of a roll now. We've beaten one team and we've got Man United in the Cup tomorrow, so that'll be interesting. Cup's very important for us. Right, let me see if I can get this to work. Right, okay, if you refresh, that should work. Salah Ahmed, thanks for the super chat. He says, how good does it feel being proved right on Bruno? Mate, I'm not like that. I'm not one of those people who say, oh, look at what I said. I said this. I mean, I did say it, but if I'm honest with you, I don't know where it really... Well, I do know where it came from, but I'd very rarely be so obsessed with the player and say, he's going to be fantastic, he's going to be fantastic. But I just did feel it with Bruno. I'm just absolutely obsessed with United getting that player. I thought it was so important to get him. And I've done the reverse thing now, because two people asked nicely. And thank you for everyone who's now saying thank you. Amit's gone, don't worry. He's an idiot. But yeah, I mean, he's been brilliant. And I'm not even surprised with the 9 and, you know, the assists and everything. Got a yellow card here for Capoue. Mark, the Premier League could get back to being really exciting again in 2 years with Arsenal, United, Chelsea moving forward to catch Liverpool and City, says Anthony Roberts. What happened to Rants, says Stephen Tettelbaum. I don't know, I've not been on Twitter, mate. And would 6th get Champions League if United win Europa and get top 4 and the City band stands, says Liam Thompson. Would 6th get Champions League if United win the Europa and get top 4 and the City band stands? No. No, that doesn't happen, does it? Because Chelsea won the Europa League and last year and they got top 4 and 5th place didn't get it, did they? So it doesn't work like that. I liked Anthony Roberts' super chat about United, Chelsea and Arsenal getting into the groove. I'd love it. And I'm enjoying a few Guinnesses tonight, says Darth Maul deserve better. I think I'm going to get a gin and tonic in a minute. I'm waiting for my order to come in. Did anyone go down the pubs today, actually? They're all opened up in the UK. I didn't quite fancy it. Good free kick position for Chelsea here. Willian will hit this. It's his sort of distance. He's playing absolutely brilliant, and he will hit it. He'll be saying to Mason Mount here, "Shut up! I'm taking this. I'm taking this because I need to get as much money as I can because I'm out of contract. I'm playing bloody brilliant. I'm going to get this goal. I'm going to keep on playing well till I get the deal, and then I'm going to put my feet up for 2 years like I've done here." That's what he'll be doing. But see, he's like, Mount, get away. Go and mount a horse or something. And that means climb on a horse, not nothing sinister. Mark, I said in January times after a win we would challenge for the league in next 2 years, says Ash G. Well done. Free kick. Willian straight into the wall. Crap shot. Cleared. There's nothing I would like more, even though Chelsea and Arsenal are rivals of United. I would love there to be 6 clubs going for the title because you wouldn't get a boring Premier League then. Imagine if you had City, Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Arsenal, all separated by about 7 points. It would just be fantastic. And it could happen. It could happen, but all those clubs need to be far better than they are, apart from Liverpool and City. United, Arsenal, Chelsea should be doing better, and they should be. They need to find some consistency to do better as well. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you. Sweet Science says it was only boring because Liverpool. Well, obviously it's not boring for Liverpool fans. You've won your first title in 30 years. But I didn't enjoy it because Liverpool won the title. They're our biggest rivals. But also it's a very boring. Well, look at the Premier League now. We've come back from lockdown, and the exciting bit is nice ball spread out to Hughes there. He's all on his own though. The exciting thing about the Premier League is the top 4 race, isn't it? That's a foul right on the edge of the box for Watford. You can say what you like, number 19, but it is a foul. Mason Mount. Mark, I told you Martial would open up the space, says Jack Dobby. Welcome. Chance here, Mark, says Ali McGregor. It's a good chance. Please share the video if you're watching on YouTube. You can do that through the share button on Twitter and Facebook. How are we doing on Hot Mic, anybody? And Cody says hit Mark's face and press more if you want to turn the volume down on the crowd noise. Mark, do you see Jose lasting the whole of next season at Spurs? Does seem inevitable he won't see out his 3 years contract. I don't see how. I don't know whether we've got any Spurs fans watching, but I don't see how Mourinho turns it around. But there's a free kick for Watford over the bar. Crap free kick. Awful. If I get one of those on FIFA, I'm scoring it. Really poor. Pearson doesn't look very happy. It's awful. It's really bad free kick. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Aaron Wade says Spurs are really bad, which they are. It's the drinks break now. Ethan Derrick says, Hot Mike Massive, how are you doing? And how's the kitten, says Ivan. All right, settling in okay, actually. First day, it's doing all right. Thanks for that. And loving Hot Mike Mark, says Sean. Good. And Jose Mourinho needs to get some players then, let's see, says Aisha. Are Man United currently on the best form out of anyone, says Aaron O'Neill. And man, you hear of Stengs and Idrissi, be good for your career mode. By the way, your career mode with Villa is going to be epic. I can see you finishing in the top half, says Salah Ahmed. I'm enjoying the FIFA career mode. I mean, I've done Man United. We took them to the quadruple over 6 seasons, but this Aston Villa one, I won't quit. From a Manchester United career mode, I won't quit. We might be fighting relegation in this season, but I won't quit. I'll keep at it. That's just how it's going to be. And the Arsenal win was epic, wasn't it? We'll get better and better. And I've heard of Stengs and Idrissi because United played against them. They play for a Dutch club, don't they? I can't remember. Is it Vitesse? Not Vitesse Arnhem. Is it AZ Alkmaar? And a super chat from AMG X59. He says the water break is pointless in my opinion. Your thoughts? I don't like the water break. I don't like the water break at all. But I've got to be honest with you. It's it really helped United today. It really did help United today, because if we hadn't have got that we literally scored 2 goals really quickly after that. If you are watching on Hot Mic, please press the follow button to follow me, because we're nearly at 5,000, which would be great to hit. So press the follow button if you're watching on Hot Mic. Let's see if we can get up to 5,000. Mark, don't cry. You want to big my team up now, says Ghostwriter. I don't know who your team is, Ghostwriter. So I can't big your team up. And water break has been requested by club doctors to prevent injuries, says No Context Mark G. There you go. There you go. And Elijah United's just got Hot Mic. Give it a try if you're on YouTube. Links in the video description. It's free. Invite code Mark363. Give it a go. And looks like Pochettino back to Spurs by year end, says Bazoo. Chelsea are in the box here. Giroud! Goal! Chelsea score. Very good finish. There will be no VAR in that. And it's a goal for Chelsea. Right behind it, you saw it. He's hit it well there. He's had 3 chances on his left foot, actually, Giroud. One was saved by the feet of Foster. The other one, he didn't want to volley it. And then this one, which is probably the hardest of the lot, because he's got a Watford player with him. Ross Barkley slips it into him, and he just turns and hits it. And to be fair, Dawson thinks he's going to go front post. Very clever by Giroud. He goes back post. It's a very good finish by Giroud, because Dawson slides to block the front post shot, and he goes back post, and he makes him look a bit stupid. So 1-0 to Chelsea. Key goal that. And a big goal in the race for top 4 for Chelsea. And it's Giroud who's delivered. I mean, for me, I would always play Tammy Abraham over Giroud, but not for the first time since the lockdown. Lampard's chosen to go with Giroud, and he's chosen correctly today, because Giroud has put them 1-0 up. Chelsea leading just before the half an hour. And again, a goal after the drinks break. This happens quite a lot. Watford have been competitive, but they just don't score goals. And I think even against Chelsea's defence, they've not really been able to do anything. And Chelsea, for me, have been the better side. Definitely, well, they've got the better players. They're moving the ball around well. Nice little slip out to Aspilicueta. Cross comes in. And Foster catches it. Early goal for Watford then. For Chelsea then. What the hell has happened to Watford since beating Liverpool 3-0, says Jordan Such. Well, at least they did that. And what's your prediction for the next year's top 4 race, says Ellie Al-Agar. Well, you can all get involved in that. Mark, how impressed are you by Matic as PM? Very good. It wasn't great today. It was good to see Ricky's fan cam. If you've not seen it on the United stand, it's up now. He was very complimentary of Martial and of Bruno, who I thought, Martial was fantastic today. The goal was brilliant. Can't wait to watch it on Match of the Day. And Bruno was superb as well. Can't wait to watch Match of the Day tonight. 5-2. You know it's going to be good. And I thought that Matic had a bit of an off day today. But look, my top 4 prediction next season, I really think it's going to be the top 4 for this season. I think it's going to be Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea and United. I don't think Arsenal will buy enough players to get top 4 next year. I think Arsenal are very reliant on how much their Arteta is backed in the market and how much their young players develop. The good thing about Arsenal is they've got Xhaka, Willock, maybe Martinelli. They've got a team that I think can be competitive, but over a season I think they'll struggle. And also it definitely looks like at the moment Arsenal are going to be back in the Europa League. And I know some Arsenal fans don't want to be in the Europa League, but trust me, if I'm a United fan and we don't make it in the Champions League, I want to be in the Europa League for the simple reason I don't want to be sat doing nothing all week, midweek. And also the club need the money. The money's the reason you want to be in the Europa League. Watford have just got nothing on the attack. They're really, really blunt. And it's just Chelsea picking up the ball and coming at them. And Watford have defended quite well, but this game's only going to go one way like this. Edward Walter says, what do you think about Brentford's chances of getting into the Prem? They played great football and their front 3 have 51 goals between them. Let's have a quick look at the Championship. I was actually, just when I went live watching the for the United Stand team news this afternoon, I was watching the end of Norwich Brighton. And then that finished, and I watched the end of Forest Derby. And Derby went down to 10 men, 1-0 down, and won. And got a draw. Fair play. So, which is a bit of a shame, really, because if Forest had got 2 more points, they'd be on 70 points and only 4 off West Brom. But I think that the playoffs for me will be Cardiff, Forest, Fulham and Brentford, unless West Brom really mess it up. And the playoffs is a potluck. It really is. I always feel sorry for the team that finishes third if they're quite close to the team in second. And that is the situation here. Brentford are literally 2 points behind West Brom. So Willian, nice little pass in there. To Mount, to Kante, to Willian. Good play from Chelsea all the way from their own half here. Nice spread of the play by Willian. I can't overstate how well Willian is playing at the moment. He really is playing well since lockdown. And look, obviously he's doing it for a move. Of course he is. If United and Chelsea qualified for the Champions League, Sancho chooses who? Says Amav. I think Sancho will choose United. I think as long as United get Champions League football, he'll choose United. But I think you raise a good point, because if United think they're not going in for Sancho because of money, Chelsea will. And then Chelsea will have Sancho, Werner, Ziyech and maybe Havertz. They won't mess about, Chelsea. They'll take the opportunity. If Lindelof is still injured, does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer stick or twist with Bailly, or maybe try Mengi for the Villa match? He'll go with experience, Declan. Thanks for the super chat, but he will. He'll go with the experience. Lindelof update. Also, you need a Watt shirt to win. A Watford shirt, says Lewis Grattan. Paul's just joined Hot Mic and is loving it. Great. We've got over 400 people on there. Make sure if you are on Hot Mic, you give me a follow. Mark Goldbridge. It'd be nice to get up to 5,000 today. We're currently on about 4,700. Mark, your all-time away kit of United is, says Abhishek. I'll tell you what, Abhishek. I've got a little treat for you. My all-time away kit for Manchester United. It's almost the perfect question because they're actually close to hand. Here, I can show you my 2 favourite United kits. So we've got this one, which is a sharp view cam. This is the one that Watford with the cross corner. This is the one Cantona was wearing at Palace when he got sent off. It's not actually this shirt, but that's one of my favourites. I think we had this as an away shirt between 94 and 96. So that's the sharp view cam. I love it. Absolutely love that one. So that's one of my favourites away kits. And but this is my very favourite one is this one. Which was the away kit the first time we won the league. And so that was 92, wasn't it? And then obviously on this one I've got Cantona number 7 on the back. So they're my 2 favourite United away kits ever. And they're bloody hard to get hold of. Corner in from Watford cleared. They're so bad, Watford. As soon as they get near the penalty box, they just turn to mush. How to buy these, says Anch. I mean, one of them I've had for years, but the blue one, I've not had it that long. I think I got it from Classic Shirts, but they won't have one. You've got to keep checking it every month and have reminders on because they don't come around a lot, and they're never pristine quality most of the time. You'll get second-hand ones on eBay, but they'll be they've been washed 100 times. So you will get them. You just got to be patient, really. They get a nosebleed when they get in Chelsea's half, says Aris King. He's right. He's bloody well right, He's bloody well right. Free kick on the edge of the box here for Watford, for Chelsea. Lots of free kicks on the edge of the box. I know this is probably the close. I mean, I think Chelsea have had about 3 or 4 free kicks now. This is the closest one of the lot. I don't think Willian's going to mess this one up, to be honest. I'm predicting a goal here. He's bang in form. Good opportunity for Chelsea to double their lead here. Thoughts on Sane joining Bayern, says Darcy Harrison. I think that he obviously wants to go there, doesn't he? German as well. Mark, when can you get the United? Where can you get the United Old Tops? PM. If you search, best thing to do is just go on Google and just type in classic United shirts for sale. But there are certain websites. The hard thing you've got is there's not many of them. Somebody needs to be selling it. It needs to be a credible seller. And then it's got to be in good condition. And then it's got to be in your size. But you will get them if you're patient. Willian into the wall. Michael Souse on Hot Mic wants to know how to manually sync. So when you're on Hot Mic and you can see me talking like I'm talking to you now, if you press my face, it will say sync and more. If you press more, you can turn down the volume of the crowd. If you press sync, make sure that you'll sit then a big circle sync button will come on the screen. Turn the audio on for the football that you're watching. Keep my audio on and then press sync so it can hear the audio, and then it will do a green tick. Turn the audio for the football that you're watching off, and then it'll be perfectly synced in, and I'll be saying Christensen. Gives it into Mount, gets it back, gives it to Kante. Kante gives it to Mount, and that's how it works. And it's not just if you're watching it on Sky. It does do it with a lot of different commentaries as well. Corner to Chelsea here. FIFA's back tomorrow afternoon. We're actually I tell you, I'll give you. I won't give. How was your Chinese, Mark? Says Ewan Black. Absolutely fantastic. Actually, it was all right. Thoughts on Liverpool claiming they did the treble? Says Dexter Morgan. They even know they didn't do the treble. It's not even worthy of conversation. Liverpool fans aren't that stupid. They've actually got a history, so they would not ever class that as a treble. It was like when Mourinho said we did the treble because we won the Community Shield and the Europa League and the Carabao Cup. And of course that's not the same as winning the league and the world, whatever they did, in the Super Cup, but it's not a treble. That's not a free kick. Deeney goes up for a header with Kante, and just because it's like the BFG against the Hobbits, he gives a bloody free kick. There's no way this is a free kick. Oh no, it was. Jumped into the back of him. So another free kick for Chelsea here. They've had so many. They're going to have to test Foster at some point. Venkat Shrastri says, how is UK coping with the pandemic? How would it affect the transfer strategies? Stay safe, everyone, wherever you are. Well, I think Venkat, I think there's just a different thing that's going on around the world with this pandemic at the moment. In the UK, touch wood, it's better than it has been for quite a while. But you just never know when the tipping point of the second wave is going to be. Clinton says Arsenal won 2-0 against Wolves. We know, we've discussed it. Very good, thank you. Free kick, again, into the wall, and Foster gets it. So Chelsea have had a few good free kicks, none of which have been any good. There is a mod tonight, FaZe. It's Vandy Candy. He's doing a good job. That's handball, surely, says Ali McGregor. I was just looking at. So Chelsea had a free kick. It went into the wall. and there was a couple of arms up like that, and it did hit them. But I don't think that's a handball, because I wouldn't say when you stood in a wall that penalty, definite penalty. Watford are shit. They really are shit. Penalty. Willian won't miss this. Capoue is crap. Penalties for Chelsea. They give so many free kicks away. So this should be 2-0 with Willian, I would expect, right before half time, to tap it home for Chelsea. Very good at free kicks. And I think for those teams that are not in the top four, you know, obviously Leicester and Chelsea are, I think this weekend's just going to be one of those where you had to win just to keep pace with them, really. Willian, easy. Foster, 2-0. And Chelsea, for me, have probably already got this game done. And as I said a few minutes ago, I think with Chelsea, they've got a real opportunity to go and win their next 3 or 4 games. And then, obviously, their last 2 games against against Liverpool and Wolves will be potentially where they could drop points again. But this top 4 race is really hotting up. Everybody's decided to go and win this weekend. Obviously, United beat Bournemouth, which was no. I don't think anybody expected anything else. But Leicester beating Palace, I think there was an opportunity there for Palace to get something. And Chelsea comfortable here against Watford at the moment. 2-0 the score. But it's only what Chelsea deserve. I mean, they've had about at least four free kicks in good areas, a penalty, and just some terrible. Watford. I mean, to say Nigel Pearson's an ex-centre back, their tackling is so crap. You just got to question whether they've done any bloody training. And yet another team in the relegation zone unable to get a result. Do you think you were quick to judge Arsenal, says Cock? No. And I thought Watford would have nicked something tonight from this game, says Ewan Black. Yeah, so did I, to be honest. I did as well. I mean, look, with Arsenal, you've not turned a corner. I don't think that. I mean, do you want my honest opinion without banter? My opinion with Arsenal has always been that Arteta might be the right man, but your problem's your squad. I've seen managers getting so much stick, and for me, it's not necessarily even the coaches. It's your owners and the players. If I was manager of Arsenal, I'd want to get rid of about 9 players straight away. I'd want to bring in at least 3 or 4 this summer, and even then, I'd say I need to do that next summer, and I might need to get rid of more players. It's a huge job, but there's still good enough players for Arsenal. You know, realistically, Arsenal should be 6th or 7th, even with the squad that they've got. But I don't think they're a top 4 club anywhere near it. Which is why at the moment, if you can get near it, that would be a good season for you. I don't think next season will be any easier. In fact, if I was Arsenal next season, I'd be aiming for 5th. Because I think Chelsea are going to improve. I think Leicester might drop off a bit. That's an opportunity for you. But I think United and Chelsea are going to improve. Liverpool and City are going nowhere. So that's your top 4. Do Arsenal fans seriously think they can deal with Chelsea when they've added 4 players in like they will? Do they seriously think that they can deal with United if they add a couple of players to what they've got? Do they seriously think they can deal with Liverpool and City? I mean, it's a long journey. And also, Arteta's doing it from a lot further behind. He's over a year behind Solskjaer. He's half a year behind Lampard. without the same squad. I mean, Lampard, I know he didn't have he had a transfer ban and he didn't get Hazard, but he still had some good players. Lampard replacing Abraham with Werner, Mount with Havertz, and Hudson-Odoi with Ziyech. Arteta and Oli not getting enough credit for playing the youth, says Maria Doyle. Just showing the penalty incident there. There's absolutely no doubt. But to be honest with you, I don't think Watford are going to go down. Their next game is Norwich, and that with the one that they're thinking we win that and we're fine. Although Norwich might not feel that they're down yet, even though they are. If they were to beat Watford, they'd give themselves half a chance. Brighton are definitely staying up now as well. Another free kick by Watford here. It's got to be tactical. And super chat here from Jordan Such. Who would you say has a better squad, Mark? Spurs or Arsenal? I think Spurs have got better players on paper, but it's not played on paper, is it? Do an Old Firm and watch along when it's back, says Ewan. I would like to do an Old Firm watch along when it's back, but we've never got to do one of those, have we? It normally clashes with a decent Premier League game, that's right. That's why. And that's half time. Let's stop the clock. So Chelsea cruising to the result here against Watford, not putting up much of a fight. Another goal for Willian. How many goals has Willian got now since we've come back? He's absolutely on it like a car bonnet. 2-0 at half time. I just want to have a quick look at something here. We are, at the moment, only 30 subscribers away from 177,000. So please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. And I can change that number to 177,000. I am back tomorrow at 2:30 doing my FIFA career mode, which is Aston Villa episode 3, which is enjoyable. And Jez Bish says, I'll be honest, Flex is a top bloke. Yes, he is. Well done on that one. Pulisic is dangerous in the box, says Patrick Bamu. I think Pulisic looks great. Thanks for subscribing, Fitbull. And are you doing a watch-along tomorrow, says Ziad? No, my next 2 watch-alongs are going to be Crystal Palace Chelsea on Tuesday night and then Leicester Arsenal straight after that, which from a United point of view is absolutely huge. So we'll definitely be doing that on Tuesday. But there is always daily content on this channel, so my FIFA Career Mode is back tomorrow. And thoughts on DT saying Mustafi is better than Maguire. I know Maguire made the mistakes, but come on, says Trent. No, you know what? It's just quite simply YouTube fan bollocks, that is, isn't it? And look, I've done it, so I'm not deleting myself from that. But what I would say is that Harry Maguire got sent back to Leicester today. That was awful defending. And it's the second time he's done it in 3 or 4 weeks. So you are defending somebody basically who's made themselves look an idiot. So it's very, if Aguero misses an open goal, you could say Lacazette's better than Aguero. It's that sort of a conversation. You've just got to ride Harry Maguire's got to man up and accept that as a centre back for Manchester United, that's not good enough. And prove that he's better. I think Harry Maguire's way better than Mustafi, but there'll be a lot of people saying, well, look at him today, look at him against Spurs. So, but no, I mean, I've seen Harry Maguire enough to know that he's a very good centre back, but at the moment he is making mistakes. Anyone else find the knee at the start of games really cringy, especially when players raise their fists? I wish my husband looked like you, Mark, says Maria Doyle. Somehow I think you're a bit of a troll. As for the knee and everything like that, it's for the it's obviously to send the right message out, so it's not cringy. Mark, are you getting notified of your hot mic tips to answer your Jorginho question? He cannot play as a solo 6, not enough pace or physicality, says Jester's Vengeance. Thanks for that. Thanks for that footballing knowledge question, and really, really good, because I don't watch enough of him to know that would be the reason behind it. But I do rate him, and I do wonder why he doesn't get picked. England's Euro 2020 postponement to next season works perfectly with Greenwood and Foden's development, says Jez. It does. I think that we've got some really good players coming through for England. But to be honest with you, I mean, Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, United fans, are you really that bothered about England and the Euros? For me, it's an irrelevance. I'm just not bothered about it. I'm more thinking about my club. When the Euros come around, and if the Euros had been on now, I would have enjoyed them. But I'm not thinking about it at the moment. Tyler says, I think Leicester will drop more points. So do I. I'm sorry, what's with... Okay. United are going to finish 5th, says Moaz. I'm just reading some hot mic stuff because it's easier to read than the screen. United's defence is a joke. We need a left back. No, he's gone anyway, isn't he? We've got rid of him. Yes, you're gone. Idiots. What about Everton versus Tottenham? Boring. So happy Rants left the United stand, says Ben. Come on, Nigel Pearson, bring back the Leicester in you. Welcome, Noah. What's happened with DT, says Harvey. Euros are the best, Jamie says. And do you think Chong will be as good as Greenwood, says Tess. Tickles, no. I don't. Who do you think is coming third? Says Jamie. I think United will come third. And why do people argue over Greenwood and Martinelli when they're the future of the Prem and they're both going to be fantastic, says James Turner. Exactly. Exactly. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with you on that one. If you want to try out Hot Mic, by the way, I was just reading some of the comments off there. It is on my screen. I can read it better off my phone if I'm honest, but I will read it. It's free. It's an app. It's on Apple and Android. The invite code is Mark363. When you download it, you get the same thing that you're getting on YouTube, but it's on an app, and you can sync in with your TV. It's got great technology for that. And also you get a bit of crowd noise if you want it as well, and there is their own chat in there, so free to do it. And if you are on there, please do just press the follow button, because I'm trying to get up to 5,000 on there. Thoughts on Pulisic, says Avi. A lot of people asking me about. I think he's a good player. I wish United had bought him, not only because of the American market, because he would have been very popular. That's a definite penalty on Pulisic, by the way. And Willian just doesn't miss penalties, a bit like Bruno. He's very good at them. Thoughts on Arsenal's performance today, Mark, says Slider. Thanks for the super chat. I didn't really watch a lot of it. I watched about 20 minutes of it because it was on the telly here and I was doing some work on the fan cams and stuff. But I've got to give Arsenal some credit. I mean, I fancied them to get something today. Sometimes I said it about Watford against Liverpool and I got laughed. And I said, I think Watford will get something today. And they did. And I said it this morning about Arsenal. I think they'll get something because people weren't expecting it. So, Manzen, welcome to the club. Thanks for joining the members club. Appreciate that. And if you had to sign one former United player still playing, who and why, says Griff. I think I'd still get Ronaldo, to be honest. And Mark wanted the banter if Arsenal lost. Sorry to disappoint you, says Marble Halls TV. I'm sorry to disappoint you, mate, really. I've had this from a few Arsenal fans today trying to banter me, even though I'm very happy that you got something because you've just taken Wolves out of the top 4 race. So please do it again against Leicester. I'll be supporting you. In fact, I'm going to do a stream on Tuesday night between Leicester and Arsenal, and you will see how happy I'm going to be if Arsenal score and beat Leicester. So I hope that Arsenal do keep winning. I'm very happy for you to keep winning because we're going to keep winning. So you're not going to close the gap on us, and you could be the team that hand us top 4. So I love it. I love it. Keep winning. Where do you think Havertz is going to end up, says Mark. A few people talking about that. I think that I think there's a chance he'll go to Chelsea, but I always said Bayern Munich or Real Madrid. Pink lemonade. Is Jay Walsh? Yes. And I think you should have a De Gea or Maguire t-shirt, says Ziad. And Bayern have pulled out of the deal, I think, says Lod. They probably can't afford it. and maybe Real Madrid can't. So it could play into Chelsea's hand. I mean, what Chelsea have done this transfer window is what we hoped United would do, and I'm sure other clubs would hope their club would do. Taking advantage of the market. Liverpool normally would have bought Werner, but they don't have the money, so Chelsea did. Real Madrid or Bayern would normally buy Havertz, but maybe they won't because they haven't got the money, and Chelsea will. So there are opportunities there for that to happen. Let me tell you a little bit of story anyway, because I know some of you like the FIFA. I don't know how many of you like pro clubs, but we're in a tournament in pro clubs with AFTV. DT's got a team. There's about 6 teams in it anyway. We played our first fixture last night. 5 players on each team. So me and Flex are on the United Stand team. And then there's 2 lads from the United Stand football team. And then another lad who is just a viewer who plays in the midfield of the pro clubs with me. Oh, it's going to be so good when the video goes up. It was such a... You're not allowed to have draws, so you can have extra time and penalties. And one of the games did go to extra time. But we've only played one. And... it was brilliant. It's going to be great. I think it's going to go... I don't know where the content goes. I don't know whether it's going up on the United Stand or here. But yeah, it's really going to be very exciting. Are you confident of a Sancho deal to Manchester United? Yes, I am. Yeah, I am. I am confident of a Sancho deal. I've said that a few times. And I actually do think that Partey could end up at Arsenal. I don't know what everyone thinks about that, but there's a lot of noise about that deal. And I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. I said this last year. Arsenal got linked to Pepe, and I was like, nah, they've got no money. Because Robbie and the AFTV lads said to me, we've got no money. So I was like, nah, they're not getting Pepe, they've got no money. And then they bought him, and then everyone was like, oh, look at Goldbridge saying they've got no money, and we've bought him. So I don't know how Arsenal have got the money, but there is a lot of noise around Partey, and he'd be a good signing for them. I mean, he's an absolute steal at 43 million quid, to be honest. He really is. But what would you do if Man United got relegated, says Rosa Williams? Well, they're not going to, so... I think it's an impossibility for a Chelsea or a United or a Liverpool or an Arsenal to get relegated because they've got too many good players, and they've also got boards that would make decisive actions way before. Like, if you imagine if next season Arteta starts badly and Liverpool and Arsenal are in the bottom 3 at the start of November, they'd sack him and bring another manager in to keep them up. And if that manager did even worse and they were still in the bottom 3 in February, they'd sack him and they'd get another manager. That's what a top club would do. They'd make absolutely certain they don't get relegated. That's why I just don't see it happening, and for any club like that. United are not going to get top 4, says Kian. But that's just your opinion, Kian. It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing to somebody like me who is totally confident that we will. So you're saying we won't get it, and I'm saying we will get it, and you don't put any doubt in my mind at all. And I probably don't put any doubt in yours, but I'm totally confident that we will get top 4. And you saying we won't get it means nothing, because you're not Michael J. Fox. You've not been to the future. You're just trying to convince yourself that we won't get it. And you might be proved right, but I don't believe you. I don't. So there you go. Thoughts on Liverpool's title win, says Max. Totally deserved. We move on. And do you think United need a better experienced coaching staff for defence, says Tamil. No, I don't really. I think United have defended. The ironic thing is, at the start of the season, United were defending well and losing games sort of 1-0, 2-0 here, there and everywhere. And now we're losing games because we're winning games because we're scoring loads of goals, but we aren't. But we're conceding silly goals as well. So who's the person on Hot Mic who is good at helping people? I can't remember what the name was. You know who you are. Let me know. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Ethan, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I knew that'd happen. It's me, Mark. It's me. I've had about 4 people saying it, and even people on YouTube are saying it. Ben says, Mark, do you only rate Luke Shaw because he's white? I mean, this is not the first time I've been asked about this today. I mentioned it on the United stand as well. I mean, do you want a serious answer, or do you want, or is this just a joke? Because I don't find it very funny. I don't find it very funny at all. The thing is that that is basically saying that I'm racist, as far as I'm concerned. If you say that I like Luke Shaw because he's white, you're basically saying I'm racist. And where's your evidence that I'm a racist? I mean, it's farcical. I judge footballers on over 30 years of watching football. I think Luke Shaw's a good left back doing a good job for Manchester United. He's definitely not a problem. We need a right winger, we need a midfielder, we need a centre defensive midfielder, and we need a centre back before we need a left back. I think he's doing a good job. Him and Wan-Bissaka are performing really, really well. We actually haven't got, the only left backs we've got at the club are white. So why have I got, how can I have a white bias towards Luke Shaw? And my favourite player at the club for a long time has been Anthony Martial or Marcus Rashford. So, and I know that's a little bit like, well, how can I be a racist because my friend's black? But it's just stupid, like absolutely farcical. And you know, are we going to go into a world like that now, where a white man likes a white footballer, so basically they're racist or they're unconsciously biased? It's crazy. You can't throw around that sort of a comment, as far as I'm concerned, and with no actual basis on it at all. Not a fan, but tuned into United stand earlier that Shaw racism thing is absolute nonsense. Well done for standing up to it. Also, what's tonight's film, says Callum. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. I don't know tonight whether I'm going to watch a film, because it might be a little bit late, and I do want to watch Match of the Day, so I might not do that. Superb win for Arsenal today, said somebody there. We're just about to kick off for the second half. Watford need a goal very quickly in this game, and then they might be able to put a bit of pressure on Chelsea. But Chelsea, I can see getting the third goal. It was Rafa Morer who said, very impressive Arteta, to be honest. I mean, I watched bits of it, and I thought that Chelsea... sorry, not Chelsea. I thought that... I thought Wolves did okay. I thought it was quite... From what I saw, it was quite an equal game, but they were just very... very... clinical Arsenal. They did really well. Anyway, second half is up and running here, and of course it's them on the attack. Who's your favourite pundit in the mainstream media, says Purple Patrick. I've got to be honest, I've got worse and worse at watching the mainstream media. I know this is going to sound very cringy and cliche, but most of my time is spent on here doing like FIFA or watch-alongs, or United Stand doing watch-alongs and football shows. My interaction and opinion comes from you. That's where it comes from. Like, I read your comments. I interact with your comments. So I get all the football conversation and opinion I need from you. I don't need to turn the telly. I don't hardly ever watch Sky Sports anymore. The only reason I watch it is to watch the match, and I haven't got the audio on, so I don't get influenced by co-commentators. I don't get influenced by watching the halftime analysis. I've sort of become this 100% fan pundit, influenced by you, and I love it because it's honest. You know, you will get people saying this player's shit because of this reason, or this player's great because of this. It's just pure, and this is. I think my enjoyment of football over the last 4 years has gone up, because I used to get so frustrated where you'd see a dodgy penalty or something, and you wait for the halftime analysis from these pundits who are on very good money, but are also getting bits of paper fed to them to talk about, and they do. I've been there. I know what's said into their ears. I know what bits of paper they get. They'll be told to talk about certain things and not to say certain things. So it's very diluted, scripted things, and we don't have that. We have a proper conversation. So that, to me, is I don't have a favourite pundit because I don't really have a lot of faith in that sort. Well, no, it's not a lack of faith. I just don't have a lot of. I don't get a lot of enjoyment from it. For your attention, everyone, the Bundesliga season has just ended, so the Havertz rumours will be in full spin. Chelsea are in the driver's seat, but it's not a done deal, says Jester's Vengeance, who is a Chelsea fan, so there you go. Anfield Road says, from a Liverpool fan, we would have known that. I hope United do get top 4, so next season we could face you in the knockouts. It would be interesting. And I remember when you played us in the bloody Europa League, I think we had Van Hal in charge and you knocked us out. Crap he is. Extra Z, apparently Willian might sign a new contract. Does that mean Chelsea won't go for Sancho? They might get Havertz and have multiple wingers. If I was Chelsea, I wouldn't let Willian go, really. I mean, he looks like he's got another year in him. Yellow card here for a Watford player for fouling Pulisic. Oh, yeah, it is a foul. Mark, when do you think fans will be back in the stadiums? And do you think the atmosphere in the Premier League games will vastly improve once they are back? From Anthony Roberts. I think you need fans back in the ground. I think it's one of the saddest things. Well, it's not one of the saddest things. It's just sad that we've got football and we don't have fans. You know, even looking at it now, that would be full of fans, wouldn't it? So, look, I'd rather have this than nothing. And I know a lot of people agree with me. But we do need to get fans back in the ground. But we're not necessarily in a situation where we can do that at the moment. So, when do I think we will? I think it could be as soon as like September. It could be that soon because that's still 3 months away if we keep to see improvements. But in some countries, they're right in the midst of this. So, and it can easily come back. Logan says, after the Arsenal result today, do you see an upside? Yeah. What, as a Man United fan, do I see an upside of Arsenal winning? Arsenal won't catch us. They know they won't catch us. They won't get top 4. What a bit of skill that is. No penalty given. But they've just taken Wolves out the top 4 race. And on Tuesday, I want them to win again and take Leicester out the top 4 race. And then that's great for us. Julian says, hi Mark, which shirt will you be wearing for Villa? I captained Tony in the Fantasy Premier League after you told me to on United Stand, and my jaw dropped when I saw you in the Bruno shirt today. Good thing FPL gave Tony 2 assists today. There you go. Did he get 2 assists today? I don't know what I'm going to wear against Villa. I don't know what I'm going to wear against Villa. 3 t-shirts in a row though. It's doing well. Just doing well. I've heard this rumour about Thiago to Liverpool, but I've also heard that United might be interested. I think he would suit them. I think he would suit them very well. I haven't got my Rashford shirt yet, although we do now have a Rashford shirt. Career mode's back tomorrow, GBG. Any news on what happened to Lindelof? We can't afford him to be injured because that means Bay will be on the pitch. I can't handle that, says Sean Turner. He came off because of a bad back. We're very short at centre-back United at the moment. Chelsea coming forward here with Ross Barkley. I mean, Watford, I don't get what the game plan is with Watford here. I'm just wondering if their goal difference is a bit crap because they sort of, to me, it feels like they're a little bit... their goal difference is minus 22 and Villa's is minus 24. So I wonder if they're just thinking, let's not get hammered. Brighton are safe now, yes, 36 points. Deservedly safe as well. I wanted Brighton to go down, but they've turned it around very well since lockdown. And Potter, again, has shown himself to be a good manager. I did watch Chernobyl, Ed Gilbert. I did really enjoy it. I watched that about a year ago. Very, very good. Paul says, I think Rashford needed a bit of confidence. That's why Bruno let him take the penalty. I think you're right about that. I don't even think Watford have had a shot on goal yet. Hughes, he could have hit that. Oh, see, they just fall over the ball, Watford. They get the ball in the box and they become spaghetti legs. They're all over the bloody place. Shocking, really. Have you looked at Monaco centre-back Benoit Badiciel? He's 19, 6'4", and seems to be very quick for his height. I think United have been linked to him, actually. Thanks for the super chat for Deuce Beast. And any news on what happened? Yeah, I've done that one from Sean Turner. King Apple says, how old were you when United won the treble? All right, I'll give you my exact age to work out. That's absolutely fine. I was old enough to drink. That's all you need to know. And can someone super chat to Mark about Peter Drury, please, please? Why? What's happened with Peter Drury? Mark, wear a Pepe shirt on Arsenal versus Leicester. Watch along so he gets a hat-trick, says Anthony Roberts. I might actually try that. I haven't got a Pepe shirt, though. Rashford should not be taking penalties to boost his confidence, says Sean Turner. Bruno is the best penalty taker. He should take them. Ollie needs to sort that out. And does this Chelsea and Leicester win worry you, says Extra Z? I think that's a very good. That's a very, very good point from Extra Z. Because United have won today and they've not made any points up on Chelsea and Watford, and that obviously does make you a little bit concerned. Well, but no, it doesn't. It doesn't make me concerned because not every game week are you going to make points on the teams above you. That's just experience will tell you that doesn't happen every single game week, and it's never been the case that happens every single game week. So the important thing is that United keep winning and keep putting the pressure on. But you know, our next game is Villa. Leicester will have played Arsenal. Chelsea will have played Palace. So if they both win, we've got to beat Villa, but we've got to beat Villa anyway. United have got to keep winning. I think Ollie's picking the right team. We're creating a lot of chances. We scored 5 goals today, 3 against Brighton, 3 against Sheffield United. You know, United are averaging 3.5 goals a game at the moment in their last 3 games. So, you know, I think we will beat Villa, and hopefully the other teams will drop points. But they're not going to drop points every game. Leicester were at home today. Chelsea were at home today against teams that are below them. So I thought it was a good result by Leicester today. Coming up to the 60-minute stretch. Get up and stretch, Mark, says Paul. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. I do need to stretch it out, actually. No, I'll enjoy Match of the Day tonight. And I'll enjoy, you know, the goals and everything like that, and I'll enjoy watching Leicester's goals that I haven't seen. I'll just enjoy watching the football. The worst thing that could have happened to United today was it went 1-0 down to Bournemouth and they end up drawing 1-1, and then Leicester win and Chelsea win, and you know, top 4's probably gone, isn't it? Hi Mark, my wife says she'll leave me if I don't stop saying back of the net in bed, says Cush. You're obviously getting a lot of action, or are you just playing FIFA? And Sean Turner says, favourite Denzel Washington film, Mark? Ooh, I'm liking some of the... This is what That's Football's all about. I forgot about all this. We always do this on That's Football. Let's get some of these questions going. Favourite Denzel Washington film? Philadelphia is very good, if not a little bit depressing. I quite liked The Equalizer, you know. I did quite like that. But name me some Denzel Washington films, because I do like a lot of his films. There's one that's a John Grisham thing. I can't remember what it is. That was good. 7th of April 1979, at 41 years old, I'm a Whig. Splitter, says G Unit. Well, that I don't know where you've got that date from, but it's totally and utterly wrong. And Watford making a sub, says Mizaster Vlogs. Yeah, taking off Capoue because he's crap. American Gangster. I think I need to watch that one again. I do remember it. Russell Crowe's in it, isn't he? But I think I need to see it again. Danny Welbeck's on to save the day. He's going to score a hat-trick. Training Day, Man on Fire, Deja Vu, Inside Man. I think they're all good. Yeah, they are all good, Sean. I don't know whether I've watched Training Day. Julian, Training Day. Is Ethan Hawke in that? Best movie ever. Mine is The Truman Show, says Stephen the Hazard. I do like The Truman Show. Very clever film. Well bet the goat's on, says Jordan Sinclair. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner on the United stand. Everybody's welcome on this channel. We do FIFA on here as well. And if you're on Hot Mic, make sure you press the follow button. You might be watching the stream, but might never have pressed the follow button. So please do, and I'll shout some people out, because the way it does that, it tells me people like Abdullah and Harvey have joined, and Anam's joined, but nobody has followed. Oh, followed! John Paul Goggins has followed. And Man United 7 has just followed us as well. Thanks, Man United 7. Nearly 3-0. Good save by Foster from Giroud. Super chat here from Green Grits. He says, "Hi Mark, make sure you watch Calm with Horses. It's a great Irish crime thriller. Barry Keoghan is in it." I like these sort of things because I'll search it and it's probably going to be a really rude porn film, isn't it? It's not. The General's good. That's a good film. You have to sell 5 first-team players, but you get to buy 5 realistic budget players. Who do you sell and buy? Says Pikachu's you. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Watch Fake Taxi. I know what that is. Actually, I don't. I've never heard of that. What is that? Is that a film? And Vidic or company, says Yusuf. Vidic. And aren't United the only unbeaten team since lockdown ended, says Ollie Woolard. I think they might be now. Wolves had. I don't think Wolves were unbeaten, but I think that they are now. I think United are the only unbeaten team. Yeah. Have you seen BBC Sherlock? Pity it ended, says Julian. No, I've never watched Sherlock. And I've never watched Luther, which is meant to be very good as well. I'll tell you what's very good, which I really enjoyed, on Sky Atlantic, so it's on your box set. Lenny James Save Me. I really liked that. I thought it was a really good series. I only just finished that one. There's so many good series though, isn't there? Chelsea on the attack here with Kante. Watford just... It's still defence against attack in this game. And I don't know what it is about Watford. I always think Watford are better than what they actually are. I mean, they are... You know, at this stage in the season, you are where you deserve to be, aren't you? And I think Watford deserve to be in the relegation conversation. Last season of Westworld was awful, says Quid. I gave up on Westworld. I started watching it, and I think I gave up after about 6 episodes on season 1. So yeah, I've not even watched it. I watched a really good Italian thing, and I don't know why I stopped watching. It was called, I'm tempted to call it Gonorrhea, but that's not what it's called. God no, that's not what it's called. But it had subtitles, and it's like an Italian crime family. And it was really good. But I just stopped watching it and I can't remember what it was called. Movies versus TV series. What do you prefer nowadays? Says Liam Grogan. I'm a big fan of movies. I do like movies. But I think there's more focus in Hollywood and everywhere now on TV series, isn't there? So you don't get as many good films. But, I really enjoy... I watched a couple of the James Bond films over the last month. And I just enjoy just sitting down and watching a film. I watched Knives Out at the start of lockdown. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. So I like a good film. Karate Kid's a classic. Watch Cobra Kai. If you like Karate Kid, you've got to watch Cobra Kai. And Cobra Kai is coming to Netflix as well. It was made by YouTube, Cobra Kai, but Netflix have bought it. And they've got season 3 ready to go, but they're going to put season 1 and 2 on Netflix first, so people can get to like that and then watch season 3. Really good, really good. A lot of people won't have seen Cobra Kai because it was on YouTube, but it's great. I really, really like it. In fact, I might revisit them, season 1 and 2. Let's do it. Kelly loves Cobra Kai, yeah. What's your favourite sport besides football, Rory? I'll tell you what, let's have a bit of a Q&A. Why not? Please subscribe if you're new, by the way, and FIFA Career Mode is back tomorrow. Watford, well, it is a boring game in the sense that Chelsea have done what they need to do. You can't knock Chelsea. And unless Watford find a goal, this game's just going to carry on as it is, which is defence be attack for Chelsea. Have you completed Friday Night Dinner, says Lloyd Powell? No, because I tend to like watching it at the weekend. It just has that that weekend feel. So I think I'm not far off completing it now. But it's weird because that's the second year in a row that I've watched a comedy series that I never watched before. Really liked it and ended up having to watch 6 seasons. I did it with the Peep Show. I'd never watched Peep Show. And then I watched it and I thought I really like this. And I had like 8 seasons to get through, or 9 seasons of Peep Show. So that's crap by Welbeck. He had a ball to play there to Sarr and he didn't play it. And now it's back on the halfway line. Can you name any NBA players? Says Zaki. Look, I put my hands up. I've never really watched basketball. And I watched Last Dance. And I think it's one of the best documentary series I've ever watched. And then through lockdown, on Sky Player, they had some games from the NBA from whenever the last season was. So I've watched a few of them. But in all honesty, I can't remember any of the names of the players. I would have been looking at them on my phone to try and find out who they were. But obviously LeBron James, I know about him. But and if you said a few players, I'd probably, what the fuck is that? Crosses to Welbeck. He keeps it in. Chelsea's defence looks impenetrable tonight. That's how bad Watford are, because Chelsea's defence ain't that good. Ave says Watford are going to score. Well, I hope they do from the point of interest. It would be nice. I've never watched This Is England, Sean C. Have you watched Friends? Yes, I like Friends. It's I do like Friends. I mean, it's probably something I used to watch about 15 years ago, to be honest. I haven't watched it. I might watch the odd episode here and there. It's a bit like The Simpsons. I used to watch The Simpsons loads. I don't watch it anymore. Apart from family and friends, what have you missed doing the most during lockdown? Says Sean Turner. Football. Actually playing football. Socialising. Pub. Just being able to go to the shops and do a bit of shopping's nice. You like clothes shopping, looks around the shops. Yeah, I think freedom, isn't it? And no, you never have absolute freedom, of course. Good save there from the keeper, Willian. Shooting from the edge of the box. Foster saves it well. Have you seen The Office, says Ashwan? Yes, both American and UK. Oh, another good header there. I think it's Zuma gets up, heads it straight at Foster from the corner. I mean, if I was Chelsea, I'd be thinking about goal difference tonight. You know, their goal difference actually isn't that good compared to United. And if they draw a game, and if they'd drawn tonight and United had won, they'd have been on the same points as United, and United would be above them on goal difference. So Chelsea could do with banging a few goals in, and I'm sure Lampard's thinking about that. But then they made that mistake against West Ham. They went for that win and they ended up losing, didn't they? A free kick on Giroud. Mark, in the current United team, which centre-back would you have? Prime Vidic, Prime Company or Van Dijk, says Tiger Tooth. It's a very good question because United needs some pace next to Maguire. But therefore, the honest answer of who the best player would be to play next to Maguire is actually Van Dijk because he's quick. But I'm going to go with Vidic because Vidic is one of my favourite players United have ever had. And but I don't think him and Maguire would complement each other very well. Chelsea says, at the moment we are 8 goals ahead of Chelsea. Every goal counts. What's your saddest moment at a Man United game? Mine is the last game of 2011-12 season. We were lost the title to City. Horrible moments. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think anything really tops that. But to give you something different, I think one of the for some reason this one kept me awake all night and took me about a week to get over. Was the Rome Champions League final in 2009 when we were the holders and we played Barcelona, and it was the start of the Barcelona tiki-taka era, and they deserved to beat us, but we had a really good chance in the first 10 minutes, and we knew the main thing about that Barcelona team was if you went behind to them you were in trouble, and but if you went ahead of them they were quite, you know, you could get something out of the game, and I was disappointed with that because when we played them at Wembley a couple of years later, I never expected to win. I knew they were too good. We didn't have Ronaldo anymore. It was going to take a bit of a miracle to beat them. But when we played them in 2009, I think we were good enough to beat them, and so I was disappointed with that. And it was another Champions League. So that's the thing, you know. People say Sir Alex Ferguson should have won more Champions Leagues than 2, and he definitely should have won 3 or 4. But he did get to 2 finals as well where he lost, and both were against Barcelona. So, but that 2009 one was hard to take. And that's a foul. What do you think Mason's ceiling will be? Sky seems to think to be the limit for him, not Sky Sports. Julian. Also, make a shirt with the whole squad on it and we will win the treble, says Julian. It's a bit like, I think Arsenal fans should think this. I think United fans should think this at the moment. Yeah, you're doing well, but don't put a label on it. Just go game to game. Because when you start putting labels on things, who really can see into the future? Watford with a chance to put a cross in here. And what a good bit of defending that is by Christensen. I think if Welbeck wants this more on the front post, he could score. It's a lovely cross, I think, by Zaar on the right-hand side. And Sarr, sorry. And I think Welbeck there just doesn't gamble on that front post. Good defending by Christensen, though. So, yeah, on Mason Greenwood, I think he can be anything he wants to be. But I don't think we should start saying he's going to be this, that and the other. Because I always say with young players, what if they get a bad injury or something like that? And then... You know, you just don't want to put pressure on them. But he can be anything he wants to be. Watch Match of the Day tonight. Those goals, especially the second one, he's got nowhere to go. And, you know, the defender doesn't really do anything wrong. He shows him off on what is his weaker foot and he scores. So... Favourite programme on Netflix at the moment is The Floor is Lava. I mean, we've all played it. It's the one where you're in the living room and you hop from sofa to sofa using cushions and stuff. It's just really basic but watchable TV. feel-good factor is most definitely back, says Denton. I think Pogba will sign a new contract now, and that's progress. I would love it. I thought Pogba was brilliant today in a very sort of subdued way. Do you think Madrid buying Ronaldo was the best transfer ever made in terms of what the player was able to win them, says Kieran T. I think he was a bargain at 80 million. I think he was fantastic for them. Man United. Oh, a shot on goal from Watford there. Never going in, but it was a shot on goal. Who's your favourite Premier League player? Man United 7 on the hot mic says, who is your Premier League player of the month? Well, he's not even going to get it. It's Matic. He's not even nominated. So for me, I'd say Bruno. Have you ever watched Breaking Bad? Yes. Saeed blames Shaw for first Bournemouth goal. Agendas, says Alex Golding. Yeah, he's got an agenda against Luke Shaw as well. I'll have him about that tomorrow night on the 8 o'clock show. But some people find it hard to shape their agendas, don't they? It is sad, but it is true. You know, look at me. I used to give Matic so much stick, and here I am sat giving him number 1 on the chart show, telling you he's absolutely brilliant, because I don't have agendas against players. If they perform well, they will get credit. If they perform badly, they will get they won't. Chelsea making a triple substitution here. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. I don't know what's gone wrong with YouTube here. I thought we were about 30 subscribers away from 177,000, but we're 50 away now. So maybe I'd read it wrong as 800 or something like that. But we are 50 away from 177,000. So please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. The schedule for the channel. Remember, this is a generic football channel, so everyone's welcome on here. The schedule is tomorrow afternoon. I'm back doing FIFA career mode on my Villa career mode, so please join us for that at 2:30. And then on Tuesday night we are doing Chelsea against Crystal Palace at 6 p.m. and Arsenal against Leicester at 8 p.m. That's the double one for me for United, because this is a chance. I think this weekend I was a little bit like, I think Chelsea will beat Watford and Leicester could get something against Palace. I think midweek, Leicester at Arsenal, you would hope Arsenal will get something because they're on a bit of a run at the moment. And Chelsea, Crystal Palace, I think Crystal Palace are better than Watford. So there could be opportunities there for points to be dropped. And I think United will definitely beat Villa. So, do you like the Beatles, says MLOGMOMCM. I don't mind the Beatles. I mean, it's easy listening, isn't it? Do you think Chelsea and United will be able to go far in the Champions League if they qualify, says Stanford Blue? Well, mate, I still think that I still think that England is the best in the Premier League. Sorry, I still think English football is the best in the world. Chelsea won the Europa League and Liverpool won the Champions League. I think United or Wolves will win the Europa League in August. And I think that Man City, unfortunately, although they shouldn't be allowed to win it because they are a team that's potentially going to get the ban, I think that City, but ultimately I think that, yeah, United and Chelsea could do well, because I think that we are still the best. I mean, look, Barcelona and Real Madrid are not the teams they were. Man City played Real Madrid off their park at Bernabeu. Barcelona are a dying force. Unfortunately, they are. Messi is an absolute goat, as everybody knows, but Barcelona are bought badly as well. Bayern Munich are a decent side. PSG are perennial bottlers themselves. So, Yeah, I think that I don't think Italian football's as good as it thinks it is because it's a slower pace. So I think that United, Chelsea, Liverpool, I was surprised Atletico Madrid knocked Liverpool out. I think that's why it was such a good game. That's one of the best games I've seen actually at Anfield. Not at Anfield. I mean, this season that's one of the best games I've seen. I haven't watched Hollywood on Netflix, Gareth. I don't know what it's about. Let us know. Robert Moore says the Spanish dominated both European competitions for the last decade or so. On what basis was the Premier League better? Robert, on what basis are you... On what... So, whoa. Let's take a step back here. Robert Moore says the Spanish dominated both European competitions for the last decade or so. On what basis is the Premier League better? What? I don't get some people. You've answered your own question. You're talking about the past. Like, Spanish clubs were good. I'm talking about now. Chelsea won the Europa League. Liverpool won the Champions League. Therefore, at this moment in time, English football is dominating Europe. And I think it will continue to do so. I think English football is the best football in the world at the moment. I'm not talking about the last decade. I'm talking about the last year. At some point, there's got to be a changing of the guard. I think there's been a changing of the guard. Mohammed says 1 year of success out of 10. Yeah, but you're not getting what? Why are we getting thick people in the comments? Like, look, Manchester United are the best team in the Premier League. Should Liverpool not celebrate winning the title then? Oh, 1 year out of 30. They're the champions of England. I don't like to say it, but they are. You can't live in the past. There's been a changing of the guard. Yes, Real Madrid and Barcelona were very, very good, but they're not very good now. And English football is on top of Europe and top of the world. We've got the best clubs in the world at the moment. And it might only last a year. I was asked the question, what do you think Chelsea and United would do in the Champions League next year? I said I think they'd do well because I think English football at this moment in time is the pinnacle of European football. I might be wrong. Hello and welcome to That's Football, where we all have an opinion. But to talk about the last 10 years, I can do that with Man United. We still won't be bloody title holders. Liverpool are. Getting a bit hot now. Watford are in a rut, but I hope they don't go down. Also, the player ratings were class, says BMV Patrick. They've just had a very good chance there, Watford. And that was a good save by Kepa, but I really do think that Welbeck... was it Welbeck? I only caught it out the corner. It was Welbeck. He should have scored. He's got to put more power on that. Don't pass it in. Can't wait for match of the day tonight, says JJ Powell. What time's it on? I'm looking forward to that as well. I am looking forward to that. Match today's at 10. No, it's bloody not. It's never on at 10 o'clock. That's way too early. Be half 10. Half 10's the earliest it'd be on. Right, we're now 30 subscribers away from 177,000. So please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner to do it. Yes, Danny Welbeck should have scored. I can't stand Kepa as well. I think he's got such an annoying face. And he's a crap keeper as well, isn't he? He's got like the worst. He'll be probably really happy there because he saved the shot. 10:20 for match of the day. Thank you. My man of the match for United game today was Mason Greenwood. I agreed with the voting. It was a brilliant new system that we had actually, wasn't it? Have you seen the Stone Roses live, Mark? Says Everton FC. No, I've never seen them live. Welbeck is done out here, says Elements. He's taken Sarr off for Pereira. I can never pronounce his name. Disappointing night for Watford, to be absolutely honest with you. Not been at the races at all. And surprising for me, they actually do look like a team that could go down. I didn't really think that would be the case, but they've not been very good. They've not been very good. Super chat from Jester's Vengeance. I'm sure he'll be very happy as a Chelsea fan. You're right about Kepa. We will at least be bringing in another keeper for competition. We're hoping that Valencia take him on loan. He was very expensive, wasn't he, as well? I was really surprised about that by Kepa. I don't watch Chelsea loads. My dad's actually a Chelsea fan, and he's always on about Kepa, and I maybe that subconsciously gets in my head, but I see him. He's a bit of a no penalty there on Pulisic. I see him as a bit of a... He's always bitching, really. If any goal goes in, he's always looking to blame somebody. And also, I think there might be another penalty here. Nah, I don't think it is. Be very surprised if that's a penalty. They're doing VAR. It might be. Throw in. Pulisic thought they were walking over to take the bloody penalty there. I didn't think there was enough contact for it to be a penalty, to be honest with you. Man United 7 says Kepa is overrated. Yeah, I think with Kepa, I was really surprised to see that he's got this stat of being, you know, one of the worst saves percentages in the Premier League. It's crazy, really. 5 minutes to go in this game. Watford, I think Watford have been really disappointed. And this has probably been one of the worst games I've watched since lockdown came back. Watford have just not been at any time a threat. You know, even United, Bournemouth. I knew United were going to beat Bournemouth, and we beat them because we're just so good going forward. But Bournemouth did look a threat. I mean, they scored 2 goals. Yeah, United should have stopped them, but they did have a couple of shots. They did, you know, cause us a few problems. Watford, they're one of the worst teams I've seen with Norwich. They really are bad. I don't think they'll go down because I think they'll get enough points, but and they probably won't go down because of that guy. Foster's a great keeper, but yeah, I've not been impressed with Watford tonight at all. They do miss Delafeu, says Vandy Candy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long he's injured for, but yeah, that you know, that's really unlucky on Watford because most clubs, because of the 3-month break, they got everybody back from injury, but not Delafeu, obviously. We are coming to Dublin after COVID. Daniel Walsh, yes. Do you like the... I thought you said, do you like the 80s, says Roma Dude. I stood up to say I bloody love the 80s. Reflex. Who goes to reflex? That's a goal. How did he miss? Back post. Loftus Cheek. Lovely cross by Reece James. Another young English right back. Lovely cross this. And Loftus Cheek gets it all wrong. He should have scored. Could have gone with his foot. Why don't you go with your foot? Should have scored. Should have been 3-0. Reflex on Broad Street is great, says Llama. I'll tell you a story about Reflex on on Broad Street, Llama. I used to go there every Friday night for about 2 years. In what year would it have been? Around sort of 2005 to 2007. Every night, every Friday night between 2005 and 2007, I used to be in Reflex drinking Reef, which is just basically liquid syrup. Are you nervous about the Chelsea game? What, in the Cup? No, I'm looking forward to that. I'm relaxed about the Cup. I'm nervous about top four. But I don't know why I'm nervous, really, because if United keep winning, what I'm nervous about is Leicester's win today. I didn't expect... I've got to really applaud Leicester for getting 3 goals, because we made nothing on goal difference with them today. So, you know, Leicester winning 1-0 I would have took, but 3-0, they actually, you know, we've made no goals on them today. So that's my problem. United could, if Leicester keep scoring the same amount of goals as we do, we can level up with Leicester on the last day, but we can't go above them if their goal difference. And does it come down to goal difference, or does it come down to head-to-head? I'm going to search that now. Premier League goal difference or head-to-head. Pulisic with a chance there. Clubs finishing level in the table will have their results against each other compared to decide who finishes highest. Ahead of the 2019-20 season, we look at the new things to keep an eye on for in the Premier League. If 2 or more clubs finish level in the table when competing for the title or European qualification, or when relegation is at stake, their records in the head-to-head matches will now be used to separate them. Bada bing, bada boom. I can't remember what was the score with United and Leicester. Watford nearly scored there, Hughes. I think we beat Leicester at Old Trafford, didn't we? In the 2019-20 season, the team who have collected the most points in their head-to-head duels between the sides lying level on points, goal difference and number of points scored will take the highest finishing position, while the team with the fewest will take the lowest place. If clubs still cannot be separated, the team who scored the most goals away from home in the head. So basically, if 2 or more clubs finish in the table when competing for title or European qualification, or when relegation is at stake, their records in the head-to-head matches will now be used to separate the teams. I didn't even know that. That's quite significant news, isn't it? That's really big news. I didn't realise that. And Ross Barkley makes it 3-0. I'm going to tweet that because I didn't even know that. That is big news, isn't it? Well, it's there in black and white on the Premier League website, so I presume that's true. I'm talking about goal difference, and I really had no idea about that. So, very, very, very interesting, isn't it? I presume it's true. I presume it's true. He's presuming it's true. I think it is true. We're 10 subscribers away from 177,000, by the way. We never quite got to change it tonight, which is a shame. But bottom right hand can do it. Existence says, is the FIFA career mode back tomorrow? It is. It's back at 2:30 tomorrow. Episode 3 of the Villa career mode. which is a right battle, but we did get our first win of the season in episode 2 against Arsenal away, so we've got something to build on. Our next game is going to be Man United in the Cup, so that'll be interesting as a United fan. Pulisic on the attack here. Nothing doing. Good goal by near post goal glitch, says Pikachu. On hot mic for Barkley. Getting absolutely blasted again. If you're watching on hot mic, please give us a follow. I can give a few shout outs. If anybody follows me now, I can give you a shout out. Let's see who's been following and joining and all that jazz. Had a few people joining. Tim's just joined. Give us a follow, Tim. Press the follow button. You'll get a shout out. This is the good thing about Hot Mic is it's got an activity feed. Harry's just followed us, and Abdullah and Sean O'Hare and Tyler and Tim and John Paul Coggins. Thanks for joining and following. Thank you very much. Andrew Yates followed, and Sam followed, and Darcy Harrison followed as well. Thank you. Thank you very much. Great stream, Mark, says Ed Gilbert. Yeah, the final whistle's about to go here. So, in fact, they're shaking hands now, or they're doing that. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Bit of a crappy Saturday night stream, to be honest. We normally pick good ones, but Watford just didn't turn up. They were shit. But, yeah, they were really disappointing, Watford, actually, I've got to admit. I won't bother updating the score now, Robert. There's absolutely no points. It's over. And FIFA career mode back tomorrow. Yes. Please do a collaboration with Thogdad, Mark, says Alex Golden. If he wants to do one, I'll do one. I don't mind. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks for everyone who subscribes. Thanks for everyone on Hot Mic as well, who's followed as well. Really appreciate that. Next watch-alongs on this channel. Next watch-alongs I'm doing a Tuesday because the next United one's not till Thursday, and that'll be on the United stand. Next watch-alongs on this channel will be Tuesday night. Chelsea Palace and Arsenal Leicester. Big games in the top 4 race. But back tomorrow with a bit of FIFA at 2:30. Join me for that. And have a good Saturday evening, whatever you're doing. Match of the day, films, whatever. Enjoy it. And I will speak to you tomorrow morning on the United stand or on here in the afternoon. Thanks very much for watching. Speak to you soon.